Assalamu alaikum, dear parents and students. Ramadan Kareem. Welcome to our week 7 of distance learning. Our subject is math. We start with lesson 9.3, measure with a centimeter ruler. Our learning intention is what we are learning today. So our learning intention is learners will be able to measure lengths of objects to the nearest centimeter using a centimeter ruler. So let's look into our learning pit. So we all go through the learning pit as a learner. We are always faced with a challenge and we will find ourselves in the learning pit. So to feel that you cannot do it, it's too hard, you want to give up, these feelings are perfectly normal for you to feel. But in order to overcome these feelings, you need to tell yourself that I want to try my best. I want to keep on trying until I am successful and I can achieve my learning intention. And that's how, by practicing again and again, by asking for feedback, for looking for feedback, and for always asking for help when you don't understand anything from your teacher, from your parents, from your siblings and friends. It will always help you to get out from the learning pit successfully. Let's look into the next page. Our success criteria. The first success criteria is I can recognize how to use a ruler. Number 2 is I can measure lengths of objects to the nearest centimeter using a centimeter ruler. Now, the qualities of a good learner at ASCS is that we need to be ambitious about our learning. We should be self-learners. Right now, we're all self-learners. We're trying to learn by ourselves because the teacher is there just for the live session. Now, it's up to us to learn. And the third one is you need to be curious about your learning, always looking for new things to learn, always looking for feedback. You're very curious and seeks feedback. So you're always looking for feedback, and the feedback can be when the teacher is giving you feedback, you're giving a feedback to your teacher. Maybe you're giving feedback to your friend, and your friend is giving you feedback, or your parents are giving you feedback and you're giving them feedback. So this is how we always seek for feedback. Now let's look into our measuring tools. So we use a ruler. Is used to measure lengths from a few centimeter up to 1 meter. So we start from a few centimeters up to 1 meter, and you can use a measuring tape. Now you would be thinking, if you're asking what a centimeter is, it is a unit of length. It tells you the length. It's a unit of length like the meter, but we are not measuring big objects. We are actually measuring shorter objects. So we use centimeter for measuring shorter objects. If you look down here at the ruler that I have here as an example, here we have a ruler that measures from 0 centimeter all the way to 20 centimeter. From 0 to 1, that is 1 centimeter. From 1 to 2 is also 1 centimeter, and it's written here cm, centimeters. Now, if I join them together from 0 to 2, so it equals to 2 centimeters, because 1 centimeter plus 1 centimeter equals to 2 centimeter. Maybe you are wondering here now, what is centimeter? What does it mean? cm is short for centimeter. So if you don't want to use the word centimeters and write it down, you can write as in a shorter form cm. It is an abbreviation for centimeter. Let's go to the next page. In this page, we have number of various objects. For example, we have an elephant, we have long palm trees, we have a book, a tissue box, and a van. In here, we are actually going to decide what are the things that can be measured by a centimeter. which can be measured by a centimeter. So if you said, let's first think about it and then we can discuss it together. MashaAllah. So if you said we should not measure an elephant with a centimeter, you are correct. And if you said we should not measure a palm tree with a centimeter, you're correct too. And if you said we should not measure a van with centimeter, you are correct again, because these three objects are too big to be measured by a centimeter. Remember, we said we use centimeter to measure shorter objects. Now, let's look here. We could use centimeter to measure all these other objects, which is a pencil, a book, and a tissue box, because all of them are small enough to be used by a ruler because they are short. Now, let's go to our next page. How to measure. So how to measure is very easy. You probably learned this in grade 1. What you do, you place the object starting at 0 centimeter, and you have to keep the object straight. You cannot put the object upside down, or you cannot put the object the rubber here and the tip up there. You should always place the object straight against the ruler to measure it, and you always start from 0 to measure. You don't start from the edge, you start from 0 where the 0 is written, and then you keep your object against the ruler straight and you read what number it points to. So you place the object starting at 0. You would not place the object starting at 1. That would be incorrect. You should always start at 0. Always start at 0, and to find the measurement, you would go to the end, to the tip here. It would read 12 centimeter, for example. So I'm going to repeat myself again. I would take my object, put it against the ruler straight. I would start from 0 centimeter always, and I would go to the end and read what does it point to, and it points straight at 12 centimeter. So the length of this ruler is 12 centimeters. Sounds pretty easy. Let's see if you can figure out how to measure on the next page. Here we have a question that says, which shows the correct way of measuring objects? So here we have our first try, our second try, and our third try. But they started measuring it from different ways, and now we have to see which one is right and which one is wrong. So here we have our first try, and the pencil started measuring from not from a straight way. The pencil where the eraser is, it is up here and the edge is touching the ruler. So this is for number 1. And for the second try, they started measuring at 1 centimeter. And for the third try, they started measuring at 0 centimeter. So the first try, it is not it's not straight against the ruler, and in the second try they started from 1 centimeter to measure, and in the third try they started from 0 centimeter to measure. Now, which is the correct way to measure an object? Is it the first try, the second try, or the third try? Wonderful, mashallah. If you said the third try starting at 0 centimeter, you are correct. Remember, every time you measure, you need to start at 0 centimeter, and your object should be straight against the ruler to measure it. So number 1, it's wrong because it's not straight against the ruler. Number 2, because it did not start from 0 centimeter. And number 3, the third try is correct because they started measuring from 0 centimeter, and the object, which is the pencil, is placed straight against the ruler. Now let's try measuring these two objects. So the first object, they started measuring from 0 centimeter, and if we go all the way to the tip of the helicopter, we can say that it is almost 14 centimeters. And here, if we look, the train, it started from 0 centimeters, and then I go straight to read where does it end, and it ends at 10 centimeter. So this is how I read. I start from 0 centimeter, I go till the end where the object ends, and I read what is the number. Now this is your time to do this activity. Write the reading shown by the pointer. So we have pointers at each question, and you have to write down what is it reading, which number is it reading. So what centimeter is number 1, what centimeter is number 2, what centimeter is number 3, and what centimeter is number 4. I'm giving you a few minutes to do it, and then we will do it together. So mashallah, very quick. Excellent. So now let's look here. The first one is reading at 14 centimeters. That's amazing. Let's go at number 2. It's reading at 8 centimeters. Number 3, it's reading at 3 centimeters. And number 4, it's reading at 15 centimeter. I think now everyone is an expert on how to find the length of an object using centimeter. Now you have to always remember a few things. The first step is you need to start at 0 centimeter to measure. Second step is you look at the end to find what is the measurement, and always keep your object straight against the ruler. And the last one is don't forget to write centimeters next to your numbers. You can write as cm as an abbreviation, or you can write the full form as centimeters. So it's up to you which one do you want to write. The easiest is to just write cm for centimeters. And let's go to our last page for feedback. So now you need to ask yourself, when you started with the lesson, where did you find yourself? Did you know how to use centimeters, or you could remember but you were a little bit confused? So where did you find yourself, and where can you find yourself right now? Are you outside the learning pit, or are you almost there to reach out? So you have to check where you are, and then you can give feedback about your learning. So I have got this, or I need to work on it, or I need more help to understand it much better. We have links in our lesson plan that you can watch to understand it, or you can always ask your teachers for help. They're always here to help you out, and we will see you again in another video. Thank you so much for listening, and Ramadan Mubarak.